existence of ghosts or the supernatural until I relocated to my new residence. It was an enchanting old Victorian dwelling on the outskirts of town, complete with creaky floorboards and lofty ceilings. The moment I entered, I fell in love with its charm, unaware of the horrors that lay ahead. Initially, it began with minor occurrences, objects moving on their own, mysterious sounds in the dead of night. I dismissed these incidents as figments of my imagination until one night when I awoke to find a figure standing at the foot of my bed. A woman with long dark hair and a pallid face wordlessly sent shivers down my spine with her mere presence. From that night onward, I sensed her constant gaze following me throughout the house. I attempted to disregard it, but it grew increasingly difficult. Her features became more distinct, contorted in an expression of sheer fury. I understood she sought to convey something to me, but fear of her message kept me at bay. One night, as I prepared for bed, a chilling whisper, in a voice reminiscent of the depths of hell, echoed in my ear, saying, "Get out." I turned around to find no one there. I tried to shake off the sensation, yet it clung to me. Sleep eluded me that night as the feeling of being watched became overwhelming. The following morning, I delved into the house's history. I uncovered unsettling details about the previous owner, Mary, who had died under mysterious circumstances. Her husband's claim of her going mad and committing suicide was contradicted by rumors suggesting he might have been involved in her demise. Further research exposed disturbing facts: Mary's obsession with the occult and her alleged rituals in the house. Some believed she had summoned an evil entity that now haunted the premises. Though compelled to leave, an inexplicable force kept me tethered to the house. Intense paranormal activities escalated from objects in motion to eerie whispers of my name. Constantly on edge, I avoided solitude within the house. One night, lying in bed, I felt a hand on my shoulder, but no one was present. A piercing scream from the hallway propelled me to investigate, revealing a horrifying sight that will forever haunt my memory. It was Mary, her vacant eyes and sinister grin as she lunged at me. I screamed, fleeing the house without looking back, vowing never to return. Whispers in the shadows. Beneath the subtle radiance of a diminishing moon, young Tommy discovered an ancient cabin nestled in the woods, the atmosphere saturated with the scent of damp grass and a yearning for knowledge. Whispers of tales surrounding the dwelling swirled within Tommy's thoughts, his imagination haunted by the specter of unseen creatures and ghosts that might inhabit the structure. Steadily, Tommy reached for the door. Crows vocalized their eerie calls, and crickets provided a disconcerting backdrop. Gradually, the door groaned open, revealing to Tommy's innocent gaze the pitch-black darkness that retreated and contorted as moonlight penetrated the entryway. The floors were worn and wooden, the ceilings decayed and damp. Tommy quickened his pace. Guided by curiosity, the trusting boy tiptoed towards the basement, where the light diminished, growing sharper, mimicking Tommy's breaths, and the air thickened with smoke. The symphony of crickets and crows transformed into a solemn funeral dirge as the naive boy's eyes fixated on a corner of the room. Tommy's interest peaked, and his quest for knowledge felt fulfilled. Inky and foreboding, resembling an eye one might find in a child's crude attempt at a portrait emanating an intense black gaze. It whispered enchanting melodies of liberation to the credulous Tommy. Its words teetered on the brink of coherence, shadows converging and enveloping. Tommy, drawn closer, savored the sweet arias of the minstrel as they expanded and distorted. His eyes widened, light retreated, shadows engulfed. Tommy embraced it, his consciousness unshackled, his spine unwinding, his skull distorting, his journey accomplished, his mind liberated, the singer's ballad sweet, his form seized by enigmatic terrors. The crows and crickets fell into silence. Shadows of deceit. Monica was certain that the entity impersonating her best friend was an imposter. His skin draped loosely over his frame, and his eye sockets were sunken and dark, with only 2 faint dots visible within the swirling darkness. His movements were slow, dragging his feet as he walked. Despite the alarming changes, everyone else seemed oblivious, considering it normal. Monica couldn't fathom how this could be perceived as normal. She questioned whether others were truly seeing the same person she was witnessing. Determined to uncover the truth, Monica decided to gather evidence. One evening, she set up a camera, inviting the imposter over. Leaving him alone in the room, Monica hoped that the person would let their guard down, revealing their true nature. Upon later reviewing the footage, Monica regretted her decision. The imposter sat in her room, staring at the camera. Slowly, he opened his mouth, and an inky substance slithered out, accompanied by a gurgling sound. "No, one will believe you," he uttered, pausing as if struggling to breathe. The footage distorted, turning into static. In disbelief, Monica discarded the camera, running her fingers through her hair. Without the proof, she realized that she would be dismissed as just another person with a wild theory about her friend being a monster. Unaware of the lurking danger, an inky mass slithered beneath her bed, patiently awaiting its next victim. Another body, another home. The sickly would continue. Evan, too, recognized that the being impersonating Monica was no longer his friend.